All right, the next comedian comes to the stage, a very funny gentleman from Billings, Montana. Please give it up for Mr. Mark Dawson.
All right, what a good-looking crowd tonight. This is cool. Yeah, I wasn't talking about you, sir. You know, we have a few friends here, and that's always so flattering to me. My wife thinks it's particularly because they want to come out and support us, and I'm calling it the Evel Knievel effect. I think it's like if you know somebody and they're going to do any kind of stunt that could involve them getting blown up in a fiery mess, you don't want to be the one to miss that, right? So I talk a lot about my wife because I'm really proud of her, really a sweet, beautiful girl. And you've noticed that I'm a pretty average. Oh, thank God, it's true. And you know, I thought I was doing pretty good to marry up out of my league. And I've heard everything that people say about, oh, that guy's so average and she's hot. He must have a lot of money. He must be drugs. He must have just a whole lot of personality. You know, that type of stuff. But you know, it's none of those things. It's just I'm like a lot of other average guys with really hot girls. We know how to do what we're told. Right? That's exactly what it is. I'm now starting to think she's pretty smart to marry a level down. She never has to apologize. She never has to compromise. And she sure as hell never has to wait for me to go anywhere. Right? So the last time we're flying back from Arizona from a little trip, we're late from a combination of things. The traffic should have been, we estimate, about 15 minutes from our hotel to the airport. It was about 30, and then combine that with the hour and 38 minutes she spent in front of the mirror working on her hair, on her noggin, and we were a little late for the plane. So, and side note here, guys. So we get to the airport. Yeah, this is a side note that's important. Girls, if any of you don't realize this, your hair is not what makes you appealing to men. It's just not. I love my wife's lips and her eyes. If she gets her hair done, I never even notice. She gets a new pair of jeans or a new bra, I'm tuned right into that. I catch it every time. Okay. So we're waiting back at the airport here. I'm going through, and the last security guard before we get on the plane, I'm trying to be really friendly too because he happens to be black, and I have, you know, white man's guilt that you try to be twice as nice to any minority because you feel bad for everything that's happened. I'm not the only one, I know. So I'm like, oh, how's your day going, man? Well, sir, nice of you to join us. This isn't your own private jet, you know, arrogant and inconsiderate. So I'm really flustered. He's a big burly dude, and I'm like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. It's really not my fault. Really, I mean, I'm not trying to blame my wife because that would be tacky. But I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have bad qualities too. I mean, I pee places I shouldn't. But I'm pretty sure if I'd have been around in 1860, I would have voted for Abraham Lincoln. I totally know I would have. So I'm getting nowhere with it. Nowhere. Moving along, sir. Okay, so I go. And then my wife comes up and he's like, well, hello, young lady. How are you today? Oh, you missed a belt loop there. Oh, that's a nice pink top you've got on. You know, whole different deal. So we're walking up. She's like, oh, that's a nice guy. He wasn't nice to me. He's kind of a dick to me. She says, you just have a problem with authority. Something she says to me many times. No. Authority has a problem with me. And this is very well documented, but I'll tell you guys, I bet most of you don't either. I don't have a problem with the big authority like God and like, you know, the golden rule. You know, that's where it starts. The golden rule, you probably we all know this, do unto others as you know, that deal. But if you translate actually 1st century Hebrew into 20th century English, it translates literally to don't be an asshole. So that's the main big rule, right? And then you get down to, you know, federal rules like, you know, wolves can eat as many livestock and pets as they want, nobody can hurt a wolf. And then you get to the state stuff like, for it to be legal, to be a pothead, you have to pretend you have a medical ailment. And then, you know, and then you get into zoning stuff, like you can't raise giraffes in town. You know, and then the real small, minor, technical bullshit stuff, like how fast an individual has the right to drive his own motor vehicle. Yeah. And so these people that are all too happy to break rule number 1, the don't be an asshole thing, are going way down here to enforce this little rule, which really bothers me sometimes. So I have a problem with this. You can tell this is a personal thing to me. And the last time I got a speeding ticket, we were on our way to Red Lodge, and we get stopped. Like, okay, I hope this doesn't take too long. And the guy comes up, breaking rule number 1 right away. Do you know why I stopped you? Like, yeah, I think because hassling me is easier than catching actual criminals. You know, and it's, I know. It makes sense, right? So he takes an attitude with me right away. Why were you going so fast? In a hurry? Just to save you some future embarrassment, that's kind of a dumb question. You know, I was trying to be helpful. Didn't like that, so he's asking where we're going. You go up to Red Lodge for the night? I'm like, yep. It's like, well, all threatening me. I'm working this same stretch of road tomorrow morning. So I hatched an idea. I'm like, oh, dude, okay, good. Because I'm in kind of a hurry. Why don't you hang on to that little ticket stubby thing? I'll be blowing back through here tomorrow. Stop me, you give me 2, save the state some time, save you some time, everybody wins. Right? And so we've all known those kind of people that if something's not their idea, no matter how great of an idea it is, they just can't get on board. Right? So he goes back to his car. And he's back there, I don't know exactly how long, it seemed like about 2 hours and 14 minutes. He's back in his car, calling his mother, doing whatever the hell he's doing. He comes back, there's your ticket, and he says, you didn't tell me you were a habitual offender. I'm like, well, that's kind of personal, and I don't really consider you a friend, and I don't think it's ever getting there, so. I don't know how you found out, but I don't think it's any of your business. So, we're back on the road, and my wife's like, habitual offender, what do you think that means? You think you're getting a lot of points? I'm like, no, I doubt it. So I have a real good buddy who's a cop, so I call him up. I'm like, hey, dude, just curious, I have this friend who's got some speeding tickets, and just wondering how many, like with no crashes or DUIs, how many would you have to get to, lose your license? He's like, oh, don't worry about that. You'd have to be a moron to ever get that many. Cool. So I tell my wife this, and did he say how big of a moron you'd have to be? So like a week later, I get this hate mail to me, saying from the state of Montana, saying that I am no longer able to drive. They're taking my driver's license away. And they missed the main point, that it's my driver's license. I don't know how they have the right to take it away. Not cool at all. And so, for most intelligent people, there's 5 stages of grief. I'm kind of ADD, so I just have the 3. It's denial, like, well, I can't quit driving because stuff's too far apart, and then anger, like, oh, bastards. Why do bad things happen to good people? I can't believe this. They're violating my civil rights, the quasi-pseudo-government agency. And so then I'm getting to blaming somebody else, and oh my God, how could this happen? They're all out to get me and all this stuff. So I'm trying to kind of get through this with my wife, and she says, you're feeling sorry for yourself, but you're not innocent here. You're not exactly Mother Teresa in this whole thing. Yeah, I know, I'm not like Mother Teresa at all. That's not a fair comparison. I'm way more like that Rosa Parks chick. I'm an underdog who's sticking up for myself, and I'm not afraid to do it. And like the great Rosa Parks, I just never give up hope. For 3 years, I kept driving, and I got all the way through it. And here's the great thing, I don't mean to brag, but I have to tell you guys, I actually forgave the guy who gave me the ticket that caused this problem. I'm no longer mad at him. Thank you, really proud about that one. So now, my fair comparison is I think I'm like that Andy Dufresne dude from Shawshank Redemption. He had to go through all this sewer and all this stuff he didn't deserve to get out and get free and forgive everybody. So that's where I'm at right now. I know. Okay, so thank you guys all very much for having some of my childish antics with me tonight. Really appreciate it.
Mark Dawson, give it up for Mark.